Steph Curry just did something that has literally never been done before. 52 points, 12 threes, 10 boards, 8 assists, 5 steals. No one, not Jordan, not LeBron, not even peak Wilt has ever put up a stat line like this. And just in case you forgot who the baby-faced assassin is, Steph decided to drop a performance so ridiculous that it single-handedly shut down every "he's slowing down" take overnight. This wasn't just a big game. It was a statement. Let's talk about how Steph Curry just reminded the league who he is. So with Jimmy Butler coming in and Steph Curry still doing his thing, the Warriors managed to turn things around in the second half of the season. But there was one problem: father time. At 37, Curry was starting to feel the grind, missing a few games here and there because of fatigue. And with the Warriors still fighting for a guaranteed playoff spot in the Wild West, every game was important. So when they showed up at FedEx Forum to face the Grizzlies, this wasn't just another regular season game. This was a must-win in the playoff race. With the lights shining brightest, Curry delivered one of the greatest performances of his career. He exploded for 52 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, and a block while torching the Grizzlies from beyond the arc, knocking down 12 of 20 from 3 and 16 of 31 overall, all in just 37 minutes. A stat line so dominant, so overwhelming, it single-handedly secured a crucial 134-125 Warriors victory. Another reminder that even as he approaches the twilight of his career, Curry's greatness remains untouched. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. This wasn't just an elite scoring night. It was a masterclass in shot selection, efficiency, and pure takeover ability. Every move was calculated and every shot was perfectly timed. But what made this performance even more significant was what had happened the last time the Warriors played in Memphis. In that game, Curry finished with just 2 points, failed to make a single field goal, and watched as Golden State suffered a brutal 51-point loss. But this time, he left nothing to chance. From the opening tip, he attacked with a sense of purpose, putting together a performance that wasn't just about revenge. It was about reasserting his dominance. And it started the way so many Warriors games have over the years, a textbook Steph-Draymond connection for the opening bucket. But this wasn't just another game. This was different, because after that first shot dropped, the floodgates opened. Steph came out scorching. The first 6 shots, all makes. 4 of them from 3. He was pulling up in transition, dancing in isolation, breaking down the defense before they even had a chance to react. And on the other end, he was picking off passes, jumping the lanes, and making life miserable for the Grizzlies. He wasn't just scoring, he was controlling the game. By the end of the first quarter, the numbers were already ridiculous. 19 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals. And just for fun, he casually knocked down 5 of 6 threes. No one in NBA history had ever put up a quarter like that at his age. Not MJ, not Kobe, not LeBron. 37-year-old Steph Curry became the first player ever to drop 15-plus points, 5-plus rebounds, and 5-plus threes in a single quarter. In the second quarter, Memphis had seen enough, and they sent everything at him. Traps, full court pressure, and different matchups. Jalen Wells and Scottie Pippen Jr. were up in his jersey 94 feet from the basket, trying to wear him down. None of it worked. Steph torched them anyway. 10 straight points, 8 threes by halftime, 32 points in 2 quarters, shooting a ludicrous 11 of 16 from the field, 8 of 10 from deep. He tied LeBron for the third most 30-point halves since tracking started in 1997. In the third quarter, Curry was right back at it, scoring 6 straight Warrior points with 2 quick threes. He didn't stop there, adding another 7 points in the period, and with that, he passed Jerry West to move into 25th on the NBA's all-time scoring list. Going into the fourth, Curry had already dropped 45, and he wasn't done yet. He added another 7 points in the final frame, helping the Warriors secure a tight 134-125 win. Steve Kerr summed it up perfectly after the game, saying, the guy's 37 years old, it's incredible. 52 points with people draped all over him all game long. The conditioning, the skill, the audacity, the belief, it's incredible to watch Steph at work. And that's exactly what it was, vintage Curry. He had a chip on his shoulder, and he was shredding through every defense Memphis threw his way with his IQ, spacing, and unmatched shot making. No matter how tough the coverage, Curry was putting on a show and doing it with the confidence only he has. Steph himself broke down his explosion, saying, "Last time we were here, shot attempts were way down just because they were top blocking pretty much at 94 feet. just trying to keep the ball out of our hands, and you're not able to get a rhythm. Tonight, we were just trying to get the ball in your hands as much as possible, and then let chaos kind of flow from there. But it wasn't just a scoring barrage. Curry was everywhere, even on defense, snagging steals and even recording a block. He didn't just show up on offense, he was making plays all over the court, grabbing boards and dishing out 8 assists, controlling the game like only he can. This was a full-on takeover, one that had Memphis reeling from start to finish. With this performance, Curry didn't just put up big numbers, he made history. This marked his 8th career game with 50-plus points while shooting at least 50% from the field and 60% from 3. That's right. He surpassed Michael Jordan for the most such games in NBA history, and it didn't stop there. Curry became just the 3rd player ever to drop at least 50 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals in a single game, joining Rick Barry and Anthony Davis in that elite group. It was also Curry's 15th career 50-point game, tying him with Damian Lillard for the 6th most in NBA history, and moving him past LeBron James, who has 14. And as if that wasn't enough, Curry recorded his 27th game with at least 10 made threes, by far the most in league history. To put that in perspective, former teammate Klay Thompson is second with just 9. So this wasn't just a stat-stuffing performance. It was a timeless showing from the greatest point guard of his generation. A reminder that, despite the years piling on, his brilliance continues to redefine the game. This was a player who understood the stakes, his team needed a win, the environment was hostile, and yet he stepped up with his A-game and delivered the Warriors a crucial victory. It wasn't just another game. It was Steph Curry being Steph Curry in all his glory. But while the story of the game was Steph Curry's brilliance, other Warriors players left their mark as well. And of course, Draymond Green was everywhere. A vintage triple-double performance, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, 1 block in 33 minutes, a pure reminder of the Draymond that anchored the 2015 to 2019 Dynasty. He controlled the tempo, moved the ball, and orchestrated the offense like a true point forward. His connection with Curry was as lethal as ever. Draymond set bone-crushing screens, made perfect reads on short rolls, and threaded pinpoint passes right into Steph's shooting pocket. Their chemistry was on full display, and teams still haven't figured out how to stop it. It wasn't a flawless game. His defense struggled at times against a much bigger team, and his outside shot was nowhere to be found, going 1 for 7 from 3. But overall, this was a very strong performance, and a reminder that when Draymond is locked in, the Warriors play at a different level. But as good as Draymond was, so was Jimmy Butler, showing exactly why the Warriors went out and got him. Butler finished with 27 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, but his efficiency stood out the most. He did the bulk of his work while Curry was on the bench, shooting 7 for 11 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, and a perfect 12 for 12 from the free throw line. But his impact went far beyond the numbers. Butler took turns guarding nearly every Grizzlies player, bringing the confidence and cockiness that rattles opponents when the game is on the line. This was prime Butler, the same version that led Miami to 2 NBA Finals appearances. While Curry's monster night grabbed the headlines, Butler quietly had his highest scoring game in a Warriors jersey, providing the perfect balance to Curry's perimeter magic. Curry was the flamethrower, Butler was the steady hand, and when it mattered most, he delivered, scoring 10 points in the 4th quarter and closing the game like a true star. Overall, it was a night for the stars, as most big games are. Ja Morant poured in 36 points for the Grizzlies, while Jaren Jackson Jr. added 22, and Desmond Bane chipped in 19, but they were ultimately outdone by the Warriors' stars. Butler was hilariously efficient, dropping 27 points on 7 for 11 shooting, and a perfect 12 for 12 from the free throw line, along with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Draymond Green delivered a vintage triple-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists, plus 2 steals and a block. But if not for Butler and Green, it wouldn't be far-fetched to say Curry did just about everything for the Warriors. He put up one of the most impressive performances of the season by any player, finishing with 52 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, and a block, while shooting 16 for 31 from the field and 12 for 20 from deep. Beyond the individual performances, this was a collective win, one that could be crucial for Golden State's playoff positioning. The Warriors are battling for a guaranteed postseason spot to avoid the play-in tournament, and they delivered in one of the most thrilling games of the season. With this victory, they improved to 44-31, climbing to 5th place in the Western Conference with 7 games left in the regular season. But the road ahead won't be easy, as they face the 10th most difficult remaining schedule. Their next 2 games are against teams ahead of them in the standings, the Nuggets and Rockets. How they navigate this stretch could ultimately determine their playoff fate and championship hopes. If the Warriors lock up the 5th or 6th seed, or even climb to 4th with a strong finish, their path to a title becomes much more realistic. Having to go through the play-in tournament would add unnecessary wear and tear to an already veteran-heavy squad. Yes, the Western Conference is stacked with elite teams like the Thunder, Nuggets, and Lakers, but the Warriors have been one of the hottest teams in the league since acquiring Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline. More importantly, they have the ultimate X factor, Steph Curry, who can casually drop 52 points without breaking a sweat. With Curry leading the way, a run to the Western Conference Finals is within reach. For a deep playoff push, though, the Warriors will need more contributions beyond their star trio of Curry, Butler, and Draymond Green. Depth has been an issue at times, but with their top guys locked in, Golden State has the firepower to make a serious run. And if Curry and Butler keep clicking at this level, there won't be many teams eager to see them in a 7-game series. This insane 52-point performance from Curry is just another reminder of his age-defying dominance. There might not be a better show in sports than watching Steph Curry go absolutely nuclear on the court. When he gets rolling, it's like watching a basketball firestorm. And as long as it's not against your favorite team, there's nothing quite like it. Sure, we've seen other players drop 60 or 70 points, but none of them do it quite like Curry. And to still be able to do this effortlessly at 37, that's why he's Steph Curry. Even at 37, Curry's still balling at a high level in his 16th NBA season. Right now, he's putting up 24.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 6.1 assists, and 1.2 steals per game while shooting 44.6% from the field and 39.9% from 3 in 63 games. But the most insane part? Curry's off-ball movement might actually be more dangerous now than it ever was. It's like he's perfected it. Even more than in his younger years when his legs had that extra spring. That movement and spacing are what makes him so tough to guard, whether he's working off screens or pulling up from way beyond the arc. The acquisition of Jimmy Butler definitely gave Curry some fresh energy, though. Suddenly, Curry was back to playing with that joy we'd missed. And, as always, the dominance followed. It was like watching the resurrection of Demon Steph, the guy who can carry a team to the top by himself. And yeah, the Butler move helped, but at the end of the day, this is Steph Curry we're talking about. When he's healthy and playing with that swagger, he's a completely different beast. But let's not ignore the facts. Curry's 37. His body's starting to show wear and tear, and the injuries are becoming more frequent. He's still getting guarded by younger, more athletic defenders, some of them longer and more aggressive than he's ever faced before. And yet, they can't stop him. That's greatness. Straight up greatness. And speaking of greatness, Curry's already in the conversation for a top 5 player of all time. If he keeps playing like this and the Warriors do something with it, it's a lock that he'll solidify that spot. That's how much influence he's had on the game. His 52-point outburst wasn't just another game. It was a reminder that, even as the years add up, Curry's brilliance is what still defines the sport. 52 points, 12 threes, 10 boards, 8 assists, 5 steals, and a win that flipped the playoff picture on its head. If the league had forgotten who Steph Curry was, they surely had a rude awakening. And if you're still sleeping on the Warriors, time to wake up because the Dynasty isn't done yet. There might just be another chapter left. That said, drop a comment below and let me know if you think Steph can lead the Warriors to another finals run. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more NBA breakdowns and game reactions like this one.